Hey YouTube world, guess what? I am finally going to Mexico. Like, I can't believe it. Last year, when I made that video my dilemma about going to Mexico, I didn't end up going. The reason wasn't mainly because I felt like it was not going to be accessible. My reason was because my parents changed the date, and instead of going and during that time we were thinking like I think we were thinking like July, I think. I don't know. I just remember it was we were thinking and going in the summer, but they changed it to May, and I was still gonna be in class, so that's why I was like, even if I want to go, I can't go to Mexico. That's the reason why I didn't go last year. But this year, we're going next month in August, and I am just so I am excited, but at the same time, I am like low key freaking out because I just don't know what to expect. This is the first time that I'm gonna go not being able to walk. Last time I went, I was still able to walk, but before going, I didn't realize how bad my disease progressed at the time. That's why when I actually got to Mexico, I was so fucking tired. I was just so sore from like walking at the airport. And then that's where I realized like shit, I got worse. And like, I can barely fucking walk. I can barely keep my balance. And, it was bad last time I went. And that was in 2011. So that was 6 years ago. Um, but now I'm gonna go and Um, my plan is to not take my scooter. I use a scooter. So I'm gonna take a wheelchair. The reason I'm not taking a scooter is because, at least from what I remember, Mexico is not very accessible. There's no like there's no cuts on the curbs, so it would be really hard for me to take my scooter and then like ask like my parents to like help me put my scooter like go up the curb or down the curb. So it would just be so much easier if I was in a wheelchair. That way, you just can pull up the wheels and it's easier and it weighs less. And then it's just be easier to like get in the car. Uh, that's why I am taking a wheelchair. And at the same time, I really would like to take my scooter because it would just be so much easier. But yeah, I'm gonna have to be pushing myself or have people push me, which sucks having to like depend on people. But yeah, another thing is that I am taking Oliver with me. I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm a little nervous just because Oliver is a Pomeranian, so he has a lot of fucking fur, and Mexico is a warm place. So I don't know. I really hope it's not like extremely hot. And another thing is just like, what if someone wants to steal him? What if he gets lost? I don't know. What if something happens to him? I'm just like, oh my god, stop thinking like that. But yeah, Oliver, come over here. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, he's acting a little shy. But yeah. So I'm leaving on August 3rd, and we're coming back, I believe, the 22nd. And so, yeah, I personally would like to stay longer because I just want to explore everything. Like, I just want to see everything. Like, granted, yes, I lived in Mexico for almost 4 years, but I never went anywhere. Like, I always stayed in the town where I lived. And sometimes I would often go to my mom's island, or and while we went, I would go to Pátzcuaro, and that would just be it. But I never like saw other places, so I really would like to like take advantage of being there and go to other places like Mexico City, Morelia. I really want to go to Cancun because it's like the research that I've done. That's like the most accessible place, and it's a beach, and I've just seen like really pretty pictures of it. I'm like, oh my god, it looks so pretty. I want to be there, and it's accessible. And then um, really close, uh, there is the place where the Pirámide de Chichen Itza is. And I never really thought about wanting to go to that place until like one of my friends mentioned it, and I was like, I really want to go to that place, and and especially even more since like I kind of made a connection that this might be so dumb, but like like here like indigenous people are like the Native Americans, and over there in Mexico, it's the Mayas, the Mayans. I don't know how you say it in English, the Mayas, and then those are the people that did that. So I'm like, I want to go see that. How cool would that be? But yeah, I just I want to do I want to do so much, but at the same time, I'm a little like nervous that I'm, because I am taking a wheelchair, I'm not gonna be able to like push myself everywhere, and I'm gonna need someone to help me, and it's just like, who's gonna go with me? Who's gonna want to help me? And it's just like, probably no one's gonna want to help me. Probably no one's gonna want to go to Mexico City with me or Cancun or like so. Just my fear is kind of like not being able to go to those places and have to stay in the town, which I do want to spend a lot of time there. But I'm gonna be there 3 weeks, so I want to see other stuff too. And yeah, I'm just like, I can't wait. Like honestly, like I'm a little like shook. I'm a little like freaking out. Like what's gonna happen? I just really hope I'm not struggling or like something bad happens. That's just my anxiety right now. Um, but yeah, like if we a couple of years ago, I kind of was like, I kind of got an epiphany of like, why am I not closer to my parents in Mexico, like my relatives in Mexico? Like that's just so sad. Like that the distance has like distance us, and like I rarely know people from over there, and it's like their family, and I don't know much about them, and it's so weird. Like sometimes like from like last time that I went, it's just kind of weird for me too because I'm a shy person. I'm really awkward. I just don't know how to really interact with people. So adding to that, putting a person that their family, but you just don't have that connection. It's like sad to think about. And this time I'm gonna go with thoughts of like, okay, I want to get closer to them, and try to put my social anxiety aside. Um, but yeah, and last I mentioned in one of my videos too that I took a race and racism class, and I learned so much about like just like um how a lot of cultures and yeah, like you could say a lot of cultures are kind of got disappeared and are ending by immigration. And you know immigrating brings a lot of opportunities. Like there's no discussion with that, and there's a lot of positive things that come out of it, but at the same time you lose a lot. Like I I realize like I don't know much about my culture. Like I don't know, like if people were to ask me like, oh, I heard that the people in your state, which is Michoacan, do this, why do they do that? I wouldn't be able to answer that. And there's a lot of things. And even like a few months ago I was watching some videos from the town my dad is from, and I was asking him, why do they do that? Because I am more interested now. And he's like, honestly, I don't know. And like my parents immigrated when they were really young too, so I'm like, wow, they don't really know either some stuff. And then now me, I grew up here in the United States, so it's like, wow, like I need to get it together. I need to learn more about my culture, about my country. And that's something that I really want to do. And just like kind of I'm going with like the perspective and my state of mind of like, I want to see everything. I want to ask questions. I want to know why are you guys doing this? And in this occasion, why do you do this? What are you guys doing? And just like, yeah. And then life in Mexico is just so different from here. It's just so different, and it's gonna be another for me. I don't even know what word to use, but yeah. because I lived in Mexico for years, so I know what I'm getting. I know what to expect already, but it's always different when you're actually there, and yeah, I just can't wait. And I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna try. At least I'm gonna try. Um, I already bought like a little tripod to make it easier for me to hold the camera. I bought already like memory so I can have memory, and maybe I'll take my laptop. I'm not really sure, and for sure I'm gonna try to have internet on my phone. So yeah, I'll be Snapchatting if I get internet, and if it's not that slow, I'll be Snapchatting. But for sure, I'll be blogging, and I will upload those here. And for the ones that are more related to the town where I'm gonna be at, I'm gonna be uploading them in my other channel. But yeah, that's all. That's my video about me going to Mexico, and I'll update you guys later.